Yeah. Hello guys, I'm Sunil. Today we'll speak about yeah, we'll speak about creation of thread in the two ways. Okay, by using extending thread class, by implementing runnable interface. Yeah, please mute at your end. By implementing runnable interface, we already covered about by extending thread class in the last class. Okay, just let me revise what we have discussed in the last class. Okay, so as I told, there are two ways to create a thread. One is by extending a thread class, and second one is by implementing runnable interface. Okay, so yeah, just yeah. If we create an object, the thread is set to be new state. I think yesterday I have shown the diagram also. Am I correct, guys?
Yeah.
See, if we create a thread, it will be in a new state or born state. Okay, it's just newly born. Okay, like a kid. Oh, that's why that the thread will be born. Okay, then if we call a start method, it is converted to ready state or runnable state. Okay, the start method is like this is the way. Suppose yeah, see you can see here obj.start. Okay,
Okay.
now after that, see like this thread scheduler will act like some in Telugu we'll say like పెద్ద మనిషి అంటాం atla this thread scheduler will be will allocate. See, obviously there will CPU or the processor will be one. Am I correct? So if there are two threads are competing for the same processor, okay, this thread scheduler based on total, this thread scheduler will allocate the CPU. Okay, so whichever the thread got allocated, that thread will be executed. Am I correct, guys? And as I told in the last class, you cannot expect the output. Am I correct, guys? This run method and this main method will be continuously executed. Am I correct? Jeshi, is it fine?
Yeah, fine.
Nyapka, did you remember Nyap?
అర్థం కాలేదు.
Fine. Let me create one main class. I think last class I think you haven't gone through the video. Fine. Okay. Nyapka, this is for you. See, we have extended the thread class, Nyapka, and we are overriding the run method. Am I correct, Nyapika? So,
Yes.
if we create an object of the thread class, the thread is set to be in new state. Am I correct, Nyapika?
That is said to be?
In new state. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Or it is just set to be just born. Am I correct?
Just born.
Yeah. My question is, what will happen if we call the start method on this object? You should
start the thread.
It will start the thread file, but internally what will happen? This start method will call which method internally?
For creation.
No, like I'm asking this start, there is no start method in my child class. So it will definitely execute the start method of the thread class. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Now, in the thread class start method, what will happen? Which method indirectly it is invoked?
It will call run method.
Yes, Jashi, correct. It will call run method of my thread class. Okay, na? So appudu then this main thread and main thread, this is the flow which is already there by default. Okay. Now we are just breaking one flow into two flows. Like how the I gave some reference with the water flow. Suppose if suppose if the water is coming like this, okay. So we are just making two flows now, like this. Am I correct, guys? So this flow is given directly by the by main thread only. Okay, am I correct, Nyapika? But this flow this is one flow and this is one flow. Am I correct? So now
Yes.
main is a separate flow and this run is a separate flow. Okay, now these two threads will execute simultaneously. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, now see, I am in main method, I am in run method. Fine.
Yes. I mean, main method వస్తుందా ఇప్పుడు output?
Yeah, you cannot guarantee that also I said. Okay, see this, when two threads are competing, you cannot guess which thread the thread scheduler will allocate the processor. Okay, now am I correct? See, ఇప్పుడు just let me give you some layman terminology. Like, you know, in my laptop, if you see the status of my laptop, you can see Eclipse is open here. You can see PyCharm is open here. Am I correct? Python class. This side is in the next class. Okay, Python. And you can see Zoom is running. Okay, Paint is running. Chrome is running, right? And snipping tool is running. And Notepad and command prompt. These many, see, in the operating system level, these many processes are running. Okay. So as I told in the starting class, what is how many types of multitasking is there?
Different ways.
No. I said, what are the types of multitasking?
Two types.
What are they? Don't know. Jayashree, నువ్వు చెప్పు.
Process based and thread based.
Yeah, exactly. Process based is nothing but which will happen at operating system level. Okay. Process based is nothing but operating system level. Okay. Okay, na? See, definitely this Windows operating system is definitely it will be run off some programs, right? Am I correct? Some kernel level programs. If I was not wrong, this is kernel level programming will happen. Am I correct? So at the kernel level programming, the threads will be for each process, one thread will be created. Okay, am I correct, guys? See, that is how you are going to. That's why you are going to use this all the apps or applications at the same time. Am I correct? Suppose if you're running on Eclipse, remaining that my processor will be allocated to my Eclipse only. Remaining threads will be in waiting state or the sleeping state or some different states will be there. But as I told, this state is there, no? Which state? See, this running state, my Eclipse will be there, and remaining threads will not be running state. Am I correct? So this is nothing but efficient, efficient way of handling the time. And suppose, if suppose I have 5 students, am I correct? I have 5 students. I gave the time from 1 to 2, one guy, 2 to 3, some other guy. Okay, 3 to 4, somewhere like that I gave. But this way, there are chances between 1 to 2, the student might got some urgent work. So he might leave in between. So I have, suppose 1 to 2, I have a class. And at 1:30, the student might leave. Am I correct, guys? Jayashree, is it fine? So at 1:30, the student might leave. So that half an hour will be some might, it's just a waste of my time, right?
Yeah.
See, if 1:30 my student left, then that 30 minutes, it's just my waste of time. So I can, if I can give this 30 minutes to some other student who is in waiting state, so that I can have a efficient utilization of time. Am I correct?
Yeah, correct.
So in the similar way, try to compare this analogy with what I gave the example. So in a similar way also, the processor will be a trainer, something behaves like role of a trainer, that its time is some millisecond level. Okay, so it won't wait. Suppose this Eclipse is in went to some sleeping state. Okay, then it won't wait for Eclipse to again. So in the meanwhile, it will give the chance to some other threads, some other process. Okay, now. Hello. Yeah. So that is in the similar way in my programming level also. See, for my thread, there is some other thread. It is other thread, and my main is some other thread. Okay. So if main thread is I'll explain what is sleeping state or waiting state in the next classes. Suppose if my main thread is in so my thread scheduler will allocate based on the things which is happening internally. Okay. So you cannot expect which thread will be executed first. Okay. So if in the interview, if some interviewer is asking what is the output, you say, sir, we cannot expect the flow. We cannot expect the flow here. Okay, now like that. So,
Yeah.
and when you will, when you are expected to go to these approaches, these two processes are independent of each other. Because if suppose if there is a if there is a dependency between these two threads, if there is a see, am I going fast, Jashi?
No, actually.
Okay, right. Okay, so if these are dependent threads, you cannot go with this like okay, but as they are independent, so you can go like this. Okay, na?
Okay.
Okay, Yapika, I think. ఉన్నావా?
మొన్న నెట్వర్క్ ఇష్యూ వచ్చిండే.
Are you following Yapika?
ఇందాక ఫస్ట్ చెప్పింది వినలేదు నేను. ఫస్ట్ ప్రాసెస్ బేస్డ్ చెప్పింది సరిగా వినలేదు.
But this, can you can have you followed this threading concept at least?
అర్థం కాలేదు.
Okay. See, I am saying these two are two different threads. Okay.
Yeah.
These two are two different threads. Okay. Now, so there will be processor. Okay. Based on the thread scheduler mood. Okay. Like, based on the thread schedule. So suppose if my thread scheduler will allocate main thread to the CPU first, the processor first, then my main thread will be executed. Okay. My thread scheduler will allocate sometime to the main thread and sometime to the run, and again sometime to the main and sometime to the run. It will also happen like that. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So it is some fraction of seconds this process will happen. Okay, like I gave some example to Jayshree just now. Suppose if I have a class from 1 to 2 to Jayshree and 2 to 3 to Jnapika. So you're in waiting till 2 o'clock, right? So you're waiting for 2 o'clock. Am I correct? So if Jayshree have some urgent work at 1:30, if she dropped, it will be waste of my time. Am I correct? So in this time, I will allocate to you again. So in the similar way, my processor will balance the threads, which are there. Okay. Okay, just okay, Jnapika. Okay, now.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So see, this is the second way of creating thread, Jnapika. Okay, now.
Okay.
See, this is the first way. I just extended my thread class and I have overridden the run method. Okay. So please keep this point in mind. First, create the object. Okay. First extend the thread class and create the object. Am I correct? Create the object of the thread class and call the start method. So the start method, this start method is nothing but the start method in the thread class. The start method in the thread class will call my run method, which I have been overriding. Am I correct, guys? So now this my thread and the main thread. Okay, these two compete for the processor. Okay, na? You cannot expect the output. That's what I was telling. Okay, from the last two classes. Okay, but here you're getting the something which is similar output every time, but it will vary from operating system to operating system and execution to execution. Okay, you cannot predict the output. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Now the second way is, Yapika, any idea how to create some other way extending? This is one way. Yeah, exactly. Implement runnable interface. Correct. Super, Yapika. Implements runnable interface. Implements runnable. Okay, now while creating the object, now it is different. Okay, no, you cannot directly call the runnable and okay. See, because I have shown the flow yesterday. If you remember, see here. Am I correct? See, Jayshree, is it clear, Jayshree? Yesterday, runnable. My thread class is extending my runnable interface. Am I correct, Jayshree?
Yeah, sir.
So runnable contains which method? Jayshree, I am asking, what are the methods my runnable interface contains?
Your runnable contains thread.
No. See, basically runnable is interface. Okay. Thread is the class which which is second level. Okay, that is also inbuilt class only. My runnable is inbuilt interface. Am I correct? See, am I correct, Jayshree? This runnable contains run method only. Am I correct, Jayshree?
Okay.
See, runnable contains run method only. Okay, this thread class has a start method. Am I correct?
Yeah,
Okay,
correct.
and we are something, manaki thread class we go, if I just showed on the day, this run method has been overridden, in the thread class again, and you're overriding again in the my thread class. Am I correct? So the flow
Yeah.
is you're calling the start method of the thread class. This start method internally calls the run method of my thread class. Am I correct? You're calling the start method of the thread class, and the start method is calling run method of my thread class. Am I correct, Jeshi?
Yeah, correct.
Now the second flow is you are directly implementing my runnable. Am I correct? So now there is no involvement of thread class. Am I correct?
Yeah, so there won't be any start method.
There won't be any start methods. That's why, that's why you should bring, you should change something accordingly. Okay, now because, yeah, that is correct. Suppose here, let us change my thread to my runnable. Okay, now. Jeshi, you are not clear with some concepts. So please focus. Now you don't have a start method. So now my create an object of my runnable r equal to new my runnable. Okay. So you don't think, or don't try r dot start because there is no start method in runnable or my runnable. Am I correct?
Yeah, because we are directly starting the my runnable extension.
Yeah, you're directly implementing from my runnable interface. So now you should do something. Okay, you should pass to the thread class explicitly like this. See, as a constructor, as an argument to constructor. Am I correct, guys? This is what I was telling from yesterday. Okay, see. Okay, na guys.
We will call T dot
T dot start. That's it. So adanamata. So this is, see, these two lines or these three lines will give you the same meaning. But the only concern here is in the runnable there is no start method. Okay. That's why in my runnable also there is no start method. It will give you an error. Am I correct, guys? If you call r dot start. So that's why you are just registering this r in the thread class object. Okay. And you are just calling on start method on that. Okay. Na? See, internally some mechanism will happen background. Okay. And you can directly create a thread. Okay. The thread will be created. Okay. With on r object. Okay. See, my r is called target object, guys. Here r is called target object. Okay. Na?
Okay.
Okay, guys. Now this is the similar flow. Okay, na guys. So now again the same output. Now again, as I told earlier, these two threads will compete for the processor, and you cannot expect the output again. Okay, is it okay, guys? Nyapka, is it fine?
Yeah, it is fine.
Thank you. Jayshri, fine? Huh?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Now that's fine. Now, after yesterday, I have told you some cases. Like this is my runnable, okay, object. Okay. Now I have created T1, which you are not sending anything. Am I correct, guys? And T2 you are giving a target object. Okay. So this T2 dot start will invoke the run method on my runnable. Am I correct, guys? T2 dot start. Jayshri, T2 start will invoke run method of my runnable. Am I correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Now I have I have divided. See, multiple cases might happen here. Okay. So in some cases, interviewer might ask, might give this code snippet, and he might ask what will happen in this case, what will happen in this case. Okay. I have dotted down into 6 cases. Okay. The case one is you are just calling the T1 dot start. So what will happen, guys, in T1 dot start? See, చెప్తావా?
It will create.
Yeah, don't see this method, don't see this line, but yeah, you can tell on your own. So it will create a thread, but it will call start method of thread class. Okay, it will call start method of thread class, but again, the start method will call the run method of the thread class only, which has empty implementation. Okay, but run method of my runnable does not execute in this case. Okay, na?
Okay.
Okay, Gnapika?
Okay, Sunil.
ఒక్క నిమిషం. స్పర్శ పట్టేసింది, అదే స్పర్శ అంటారు కదా, కాళ్ళు పట్టేసింది. First point under there. Okay. In the second case, I'm just calling T1.run. What will happen here, guys?
No thread will be created.
Exactly. Directly, my run method of which method? See, my run method will execute. Which run method will be executed? Thread class run method will be executed. See, no new thread will be created, and thread class run method will be executed like a normal method. See, here there is a thread creation happen, and there is run method executed, but which is empty implementation. Here there is no thread, and which is empty implementation again. Am I correct, guys? Now your see what will happen? Get here t2.start. Case 3.
Hello?
Yeah, case 3. What will happen?
For T2.start off.
Yeah, T2. See, if T2.start, what will happen?
This runnable will be implemented.
Yeah, run method of my runnable will be invoked and thread will be created. Am I correct?
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Now, T2.run. T2.run means here no new thread will be created, but my runnable run method will be executed, guys, just like a normal method. Am I correct, guys? Okay. And r.start. R means you will get an error, as I told you. Like, start method is there in the thread class. Here, my runnable you directly implementing from runnable interface. Either runnable does not contain a start method and my runnable does not contain a start method. So we'll get a compilation error. Am I correct, guys? Guys, I am going fast or is it fine? Because this is the revelation of yesterday's class. I just revising. That's why I'm going a bit fast. Is it okay, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. See, again, the case 6. If you call r.run, again, no new thread will be created. See, please remember, if you call run method directly, obviously no thread will be created. Okay. Just it will execute run method like a normal flow. Okay, na? Matter. And the next conclusion is best approach to define a thread, which is best and why, guys? Because implementing runnable is the best. Okay, because you can have a benefit of multiple inheritance. Okay, guys. See, this is the important question, guys, for interviews. Okay, na?
Okay.
Okay. Now, yesterday I started with constructors. Am I correct, Jashi?
Sorry, what you're asking?
Yesterday we started with this topic. Am I correct? And we left here. Okay. Now, see, these two things you have clear, right? This we have seen just like now. Am I correct? This form.
Yeah.
See this one. I go the line. And the second one is also fine, I think. See, this also we have seen. This is like runnable. You're just passing an argument to the thread class, and it will do some mechanism so that if you call it t.start, our thread will be created. This is the second alternative. Am I correct, guys? Now, this is the third way. Let us see. Okay, now. See, you can pass some name. Okay, you can see not the name of the thread. It is some. You can say some string. Okay. Now I will say how to get the name of the thread and how we can set the name of the thread. Okay, guys. So let us see here. Okay. Guys, here, please don't confuse over here. Okay. So if we want to get the current thread name, okay, how you will write, guys? Thread dot current thread dot get name. Am I correct, Jashi? Hello, Jashi? Fine. Okay, fine. Nothing. Just see. Yesterday also I haven't explained much about this. See, my thread class contains current thread method. Okay, now my thread class contains current thread method, which will give you the name of the thread. Okay, now. Okay, Gnatka?
Okay, sir.
Okay. See, so the output here is main. Okay, na? Is it fine, Jayshree?
Yeah.
See.
It will print main, right?
Yes, it will print main. Okay, na? See, I will just remove these snippets of code because it will be users confusion. See, it will print main. Okay. Now, if you want to you created a thread class T here. Okay. So if you want to get the name of your thread class, the thread which is newly created. So what you will write? Don't write thread.current like that. Okay. Just let me tell you. So use the object T.getName guys directly. Okay. This will give you the thread which is newly created. So basically what is expected, expected answer guys here in line 21, Jayashree? This is main. Fine. What will be the answer here?
Thread 0.
Thread 0, correct. See, fine, right? But don't write T dot current thread dot get name. See, if you write, it won't give you any compilation, but it is some illogical thing will happen. See, obviously, if you see, just if you think logically, you are extending. 1 minute. See, you have, you don't have a current thread in this in your class. Am I correct, Jayashree? You don't have a method of.
What you saying?
I'm saying you don't have this method in this in your class. You don't have this, right?
Don't have that.
Yeah. So if you call that, obviously the same method will be executed. Okay. This method only executed. Am I correct? Current thread method only executed. Am I correct? So it will give you the main. Okay. Even though you are calling on T. Okay. As you don't have this method in your class. Okay. Which will give the main again. So don't use T dot current thread. Just write. If you want to know the name, write T dot get name. Am I correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Now you'll see the output.
Main thread 0 main.
Yeah. See, yesterday it has created a bit confusion actually. Okay. So you don't have this current thread method in your class. Okay. Am I correct? So obviously, again, the same thread. See, because this is a static I think this is a static method. That's why you're calling with a thread class or object. That is fine. But as you don't have this, again, this will give the same name. Okay. Which suppose if these lines are there in the main thread, right? So that's why current thread means it will give the current executing thread name. Am I correct, guys? That's why you're getting main method. Okay. So don't confuse all like this. If you want to know the name of the newly created thread, write T.get name. Am I correct, guys? Fine, Jayashree?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Now, you can see like
setting the thread.
Thread name explicitly. If you want to give your new name, okay, which somewhat new name, class my thread, extends thread, my thread 1, you can say. See, so obviously, if you pass some name over here, name over there. See, if I say like, see, this is the one story. Now we'll see the second story. Okay. See, if you pass my thread 1 obj equal to new my thread. Guys, with some name. Okay, something Sunil Tech. Okay. So obviously, if you are having if you are sending some parameter, you should have a parameter constructor. Am I correct, guys? You should have a parameter. Constructor, correct? Hello.
Yeah.
See, obviously, this is basic of Java, right? Like if you have some argument here, you should have this. You should have this, right? You got it, right?
Yeah,
got it, kada? Constructor you should have. Okay. Now, see, now, take, whatever the name you are sending from there, just try to assign that name to the global variable. Okay, so that you see this str is local to this to this block only. Okay, you cannot use this str in this method, right? Am I correct, guys? Just
Yeah.
see, I was just trying to say assign this local variable to the global variable so that we can use in any method. Am I correct? String str. See, this str is the global. Okay, so now how do I assign Jayashree? Jayashree, how do you assign? Huh?
Yesterday you explained this, right?
No, I was asking how to assign a local to a global.
This dot str.
Ante this dot str equal to str. Fine, ante inga antara ఆలోచించడానికి ఏముంది Jayashree?
I'm thinking like you're asking how we will.
That I will tell. That I will tell. Okay, I was just asking. My question is very clear. I'm asking how to assign this local to global. That's it. Okay. Okay. Now, see, as my global variable is populated with with Sunil. Am I correct, guys? Sunil Tech is populated with my global variable. Okay. Now I just want to change the name of the thread. Okay. See, thread dot current thread will give you which thread, Jayashree? It will refer to which thread? Main thread or this thread or this my thread?
My thread.
Yeah, my thread. Thread dot current thread dot set name. Thread dot current thread dot set name. Yeah, set name, correct. So set name, I will just assign with str. Ante kada, అయిపోయింది కదా. So ఇప్పుడు if I call if I print system dot out dot out of thread dot see, I was just trying to print the name which is newly assigned. Am I correct, guys? Get name. Fine, Jayashree. ఇప్పుడు this name of this thread is Sunil Tech. Am I correct, guys?
Yeah.
Ante. See, because of this, we have some confusion yesterday. So yeah, that's what I was trying to sort out. See, the thing is, wherever you are referring the thread dot current thread, it will point out to the flow, basic, which the flow is going happening. So this line is there in main thread. Am I correct, guys? Okay, but this line is there in this thread. Am I correct? My thread one. Okay, so yeah, obviously here get name will give you Sunil Tech. Here get name will give you main thread. Am I correct, guys? See,
Yeah.
Here the output here is main. Key dot get name is thread 0. But again, this is thread 0. Am I correct, guys? But this one, okay, this one, if you don't pass this name, it will become thread 1 or something like that. But as you're passing the name, okay, it will become Sunil Tech. Okay, let me start the method. Okay, obj.start. Now my run method will be executed, guys. Okay, na? Guys, have you got the flow?
Yeah, got it.
See, guys. See, just let me explain again. See, I have taken two classes. My runnable, okay, from runnable, and I have created my thread one from thread class. Okay. Now I was just trying to refer the names of these. I have main thread now. I have my thread one and my runnable one. Am I correct, guys? My runnable. Okay. Now I was just trying to print names of these three. Okay, now see these three lines are very common. Is it fine, Nyapka? Nyapka?
మళ్ళీ చెప్పావా?
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, fine. I'll tell. See, I am telling my runnable. I have created one thread. Okay, na?
Okay.
By my thread one, I have created a second thread. Am I correct? Okay, second thread. Now main is some other thread. Am I correct? There are three threads now. Okay, na?
Okay.
Main, my runnable, and my thread. Okay, na? My thread. Now, see, basically, if you don't give any explicit names, by default, thread 0, thread 1, like that it will come. Okay, na?
Okay.
But for main thread, it will come like main. Okay, na? See, this thread dot current thread, wherever this line is printing, okay, it will refer to that thread name. Okay, na? See,
Okay.
thread dot current thread dot get name will print the main by default. Okay, na? But if you try to print t dot get name, okay, it will print thread 0. Okay, na?
Okay.
But I don't want this thread 0 or thread 1 like that. I don't want. I want to give my own names. See here, I am just passing Sunil Tech. Okay, this is just object constructor concept. If you go over here, you are just assigning. See, this str is nothing but Sunil Tech. Am I correct, Gyapika?
Yeah.
This local variable I am just passing to global variable here. Fine. Fine, right? Gyapika, is it fine till here?
Yeah.
See here, I was just in the run method. Is as that is str is my global variable. I can use in any method. Fine. So I was just changing the name. So instead of thread dot current thread dot get name will give the name of the thread. If you want to change the name of the thread, use set name and you can pass that as the value. Okay, na? After that, if you trying to print the value, it will come as Sunil Tech. Fine.
Okay.
Ante. That is what I have explained. Okay.
Yeah.
See, first thing I have get the name of the main thread. Okay, which is already there. Even for main thread also you can change. See, if you change thread dot current thread dot set name. See, what is this thread? This thread dot current thread will refer to the main. Am I correct, Jayashree, here? Because this line in the main thread. Am I correct, Jayashree? If you change the name here, instead of main, it will print some other name. Whatever the name I'm passing over here. Suppose set name I want to say like Virat. Okay. Now instead of main name, it will print my name. Okay, na? Sorry, it will print this name only. Correct? That is run that. So instead of main, you'll get Virat here. Okay, na?
Yeah. Okay.
See, it is thread dot current thread will refer you. See, so I don't get main thread. See, thread dot current thread will refer to the current executing thread. So what? So current executing thread means where the line is present. So that line is present in main. So this refers to main thread. You are just changing the main thread name. You are just printing that name. Okay. So but here you are just getting the t dot get name. My t is already a new thread which I have created. So t dot get name will give you thread 0 by default. Am I correct, guys? Okay, now. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I have created some other thread which I'm giving my own name. Am I correct, guys? See here, this I'm getting Sunil Tech. Okay. So this is what I have explained till yesterday. Okay. In the next class, we'll go to the thread priorities and all. Is it fine, Gyapika, today?
Nice, fine.
I think Jayashree will understand yesterday because she was there yesterday. I think the doubt with you. Let me stop the recording.